Hello, it's great to be with you today. I would like to thank Dr. James Weaver and the National Federation of State High School Association for the invitation to speak, as well as all that they have done to support and keep performing arts programs alive throughout our country. My name is Barry Hauser, and I have the honor of serving as the Associate Director of Bands and the Director of the Marching Illini at the University of Illinois. Today, I want to share some thoughts with you about creating a positive culture. Many of our structures in music and others outside organizations are based on two core principles of leadership and culture. But why do some ensembles or organizations seem to have this figured out while others do not? How many of you have some negative influences or people in your ensembles or organizations? Maybe that one person that just ruffles your feathers each rehearsal. Now, the tough one. Have you yourself ever been negative? I know I have. Yeah. How many of you have watched an entire rehearsal sequence stop because of one or two of those people, or again, maybe yourself? Did it have to be that way? Well, I think we know the answer. This is all about energy within our culture and leadership and the way or how we want to use it. The I get to versus I have to mindset. It's a paradigm shift of how we should be thinking. We need to wake up each morning and think about what we get to do versus what we have to do. Once again, have you ever been part of a situation or organization where a performance or event just looked locked in place? Everything went perfect. How and why does this happen? And then how come we can't recreate the same scenario later in that next rehearsal or performance? It is just mind blowing. And I just shake my head every time this happens because it happens way too much. This all comes down to culture. You see, leaders create culture and cultures create leaders. This is my driving force in creating an environment for all, an equitable invitation, a safe space, and a place where we thrive together with positive reinforcement. The culture we have grown up in has molded us into who we are currently, unless we have intentionally worked to change it. So, with that in mind, our freshmen or our first year members are in the development or beta phase of this. They are learning the system, which is a way of doing things. Their response, along with our response, is the spirit. Are we cheering our students on as they navigate through their musical journey? And success. This is the byproduct of system and spirit, making up an amazing guiding axiom of system plus spirit equals success. So, in order to create success, we must know our program. The vision is important, but that vision and perception of our program must represent the students we have in front of us. Know your students. Yes, choose challenging yet attainable musical repertoire, drill, choreography. Don't be something you're not. Don't set your program up for failure by copying what others do or because you are worried about what others will think or say. If we get this right, success breeds success, a plethora of positive experiences, and if we get this wrong, failure breeds bad attitudes. One of my favorite books on culture is The Coffee Bean by John Gordon and Damon West. It is a book I give to my seniors on their last game as a member of the Marching Illini. You see, our collective success in musical and marching excellence or expectations is ultimately based on the environment we provide or have created for our students. But it has to go much further than that. It has to be adopted and accepted by our students in order to contribute and establish our overall culture of excellence. This is one of the most powerful and simplest lessons we can take away and learn about culture. You ready? Life is often like a pot of very hot water. It can be harsh, stressful, and a difficult place. You're going to find yourself in environments and facing conditions that test who you truly are. These cultures can change, weaken, or harden you if you let them. But you have a choice. You can be like a carrot that, when put in hot water, is weakened and softened by its environment. Or you can be like the egg. When put in hot water, it is hardened by its environment. Or You can be like the coffee bean that transforms its environment. A pessimist sees difficult situations and opportunities. An optimist sees the opportunities in the difficult situations. Again, it's all about perspective. This is the choice that we all get: carrot, egg, or coffee bean. A culture of excellence doesn't happen by accident. It happens when a leader expects greatness and each person in the organization builds it, lives it, values it, reinforces it, and fights for it. To build a successful organization, you must create a culture of expectations, a culture of safety, a place where everyone is welcome and feels welcomed. It's the most important thing a leader can do because culture drives behavior, behavior drives habits, and habits create our future. When you create a culture of great expectations or excellence, you create a collective mindset in your organization that expects great things to happen, even during challenging times or when things didn't go as planned. You expect your people to be their best. You make it a priority to teach them to be their best, and most of all, you create a work environment that fuels them to be their best. A culture of excellence creates an expectation that everyone in the organization be committed to the stated and understood expectations. It requires leaders and managers to put the right people in the right positions where they are, humble, where they're hungry, and they're willing to work harder than anyone else. And it also means that you don't just bring in the best people, but you also bring out the best in your people. If you're thinking that this sounds like a lot of common sense, well, guess what? It is. The approaches and philosophies run parallel to the quote by Theodore Roosevelt. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I'm sure you have heard that in some form or capacity at some point. We are in this together, my friends. We must value our students, each other, our members, and make them the priority so we can help provide and celebrate everyday victories. So, expect great things from yourself, expect great things from your students each and every day. Think about how you are contributing to the culture of your organization, and then don't let any of this get stale. Keep it energetic, keep it positive. I hope this helps. Stay positive, stay encouraged, and let's continue to impact our world in a powerful and positive way. Thank you, and take care.